Good morning, fellow shiitake growers. Today we're going to be going over how to stack your logs for fruiting. We've got these logs that are soaked. We're going to stack them up in 3 different ways. The first is going to be a high stack. The second will be an A-frame stack, and the third is going to be a low stack meant for late season stacking so that you don't have to restack for winter.
The high stack, or high crib stack, is best built on a pallet, or substitute 2 sacrifice logs so that your fruiting logs are not directly on the ground. 2 to 4 logs are placed on the pallet as a base, and then you create another layer of logs by placing 2 to 4 more logs perpendicular across that first layer. We often use layers of 3 to 4 for the most efficient use of space while not sacrificing the ease of harvest. We stack our logs waist high, but you can go higher or lower depending on how many logs you have or how confident you are that your stack will not topple.
The second method is the A-frame stack. To construct an A-frame, typically people use either fence posts, cedar posts, and as the stringer wire, such as this handy dandy craft wire, aircraft cables, or a wooden pole with a string wrapped around it to prevent the logs from sliding. We have seen people use the A-frame configuration with 2 trees as being a support post, but if you're going to do that, make sure that you have some sort of protection so you don't damage the tree bark or cambium. Typically that's a length of hose or something that the wire can be inserted to serve as that prophylactic. To construct an A-frame, start with establishing 2 end posts and then wrap the wire you'll be using around those end points. In this case here, we've kept the pole distance rather short because with wire, it tends to sag over time and then the logs tend to slip. So we've kept it short, we pulled it taut, and now we're ready to use it for creating an A-frame structure. Lean the logs against the wire, creating an A shape.
The third and final stacking configuration that we like to use is a low stack, or we like to call it the lean-to. This stacking method is best used at the end of the season if you do not want to restack your logs for the winter, or if your fruiting area is slightly less protected from the wind, as this stacking method keeps the logs low to the ground. Use a sacrifice log for that initial log to minimize the production log's contact with the ground. To construct, place 3 logs at one end on the ground and the other resting on the sacrifice log. Then, place a 4th log perpendicular to the angled logs and repeat the process until you are all out of logs.